politics now for some real talk. Senator Bernie Sanders calling for a political revolution. So, are you ready, America?
You've got to follow your hearts. Go your own way. The revolution is possible. You are the revolution. And this time, the revolution will literally be televised.
So, his revolution includes sweeping tax hikes to pay for an estimated $18 trillion in new spending over a decade. He's proposing an additional 6.2% payroll tax on employers to pay for health care, an extra 2.2% income-based tax on most households, a hike in the capital gains tax up to a record high 60% depending on your income, and major tax hikes on anyone making more than $250,000 a year with a top rate of 52%. But add to that all the other taxes, and you're looking at a combined tax rate close to 75% or higher. Guy Benson, political editor for townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. If there's smoke in the back of your pants, it's because the wallet just burned up, Guy. Everyone else's wallet just burned up, talking about all those taxes. What is it about, I mean, people are feeling the burn, but have they looked into the headlights?
In many cases, no. I think so much of the attention paid to Bernie Sanders, Gretchen, is about, oh, look how he's challenging Hillary Clinton in the horse race, and oh, he's anti-establishment, isn't this fascinating, and wow, this populist rhetoric is really striking a tone with a lot of people and striking a chord. But when you actually start to examine his proposals and his policies, they really are quite extreme and radical when it comes to American politics. And just the number that you quoted, $18 trillion so far in proposed spending, and nearly $20 trillion in proposed tax increases already. I mean, these numbers dwarf the size of annual U.S. GDP. This is a huge expansion and a very expensive expansion of the federal bureaucracy.
Let's just call it what it is. It wouldn't be America anymore, okay? We would be like European socialist countries. And if my 12-year-old can figure out watching the primary results the other night, saying to me, Mom, why would they need to raise even more taxes when all they do right now is waste it? I mean, why would we raise taxes $18 trillion when the government right now, Guy, can't figure out how to spend the money that they already have?
Not only that, we're already deeply, deeply in debt. I mean, it is true, it is a European vision for the United States that really the Democratic Party has, and Bernie Sanders is just an extreme of that general direction that we're heading under Democratic leadership. And it's interesting, he talks about investments and spending and raising taxes. One area, one of the few areas that he talks about cuts is defense. That's also straight out of Europe. Now, Europe has a backstop when it comes to the military and national defense. It's called America. So if America relinquishes that role, then they're handing over, they're creating an additional power vacuum, and I think the planet is a lot less safe off if America weakens itself voluntarily in order to pursue this hugely expensive welfare state.
Right. It's fascinating to me because so many people were against Obamacare. What Bernie Sanders wants is a single-payer system, which is far more expensive than President Obama ever envisioned, or at least could have passed. And the other thing I don't understand with this whole revolution, we're seeing it on the Republican side and on the Democratic side for the political outsider. But two things. Bernie Sanders isn't a political outsider. He's been in the Senate forever. And Barbara Williams, if people are so angry with the federal government, Guy, he wants to expand it. That's what I don't get.
Yeah, let's take all that failure and make it a lot bigger and more expensive and raise everyone's taxes to pay for it partially, because they won't pay for everything. There's constantly shortfalls. Look, in this healthcare system alone, Gretchen, you look at socialized government-run healthcare, this is an issue where if you take all the numbers and you add them up, and let's say you find a way to raise all these taxes and to pay for this so-called free healthcare, then what do you have? You have a system that's basically the VA system, which we've seen here in this country, rife with corruption, ineptitude, failure, costing veterans their lives. These are people who we all agree ought to have health care paid for by taxpayers, who've earned that, and it's been a failure. And we've seen that in really stark relief here over the last few years.
And that's why I think it's so fascinating that so many people want to take it even to more of an extreme when you look at those models that are not working by most estimates. Okay, Guy, we could go on and on. Thanks so much for delving into it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.